better do. So why do we do this dance? Are we moving too slow? 'Cause you need reassurance. Don't conflate issues. Why you always jump to, do I really want you? When you know that I do. You're so scared of real love, 'cause you've been abandoned with any mistake.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. It is a cold Saturday morning. I'm up, having coffee, and I thought I'd tune in today and share another video today. So today is going to be a little, I guess, intimate video. I'm actually recording on my MacBook today. Having issues with a few things with my cameras. So today I'm going to be sharing with you how minimalism has saved my life. And this is like a little sensitive to me. I'm going to be sharing some of my most intimate thoughts. And I'm sharing this in hopes that maybe if someone is in a similar situation, this may be eye-opening. It may be helpful for you as you decide the rest of your life going forward. If you're anywhere near my age and you're navigating retirement or semi-retirement, or you're looking and trying to make plans for retirement, then hopefully this will be helpful. You guys, look over me today. I have a bit of a head cold. I have been fighting for my life to not get sick. Everyone at my office has either had COVID or the flu. And yesterday at work, I started feeling like a little nasal congestion, and I was like, oh my goodness. And I started immediately just doing everything, pumping my vitamin C, doing my turmeric and my ginger, and all the things that I do to try to boost my immunity to fight off whatever I felt that was coming on. So now today is Saturday, and it's kind of settled in, and it's all here. Thank God. No chest congestion, no coughing, just my nose. And thank God for that, because I really couldn't deal with having the flu right now, let alone COVID. So if I sound a little nasally, that is why. So today I want to share a little bit, like I said, about how minimalism has saved my life. And hopefully this will be helpful. You know, I am a person who, I guess based on the way that I was brought up, I felt that I was compelled to try to have the life I thought everyone was supposed to have by, you know, getting all these things. And I won't say competing, because I never tried to compete with anyone, but I just wanted to be able to have the luxuries of life. And when I say that, I'm not saying anything is wrong with luxuries. I think sometimes when I share my thoughts and my story, a lot of people are saying I'm looking down on certain things. But a lot of people have found themselves here where they have lived above their means. And when I was younger, I did. It was not always because of the reason a lot of people, you know, just want to have things. I had a really good credit score when I was younger, so I was able to obtain credit. So I did a lot with credit. And then multiple businesses that I've had to use that credit in order to, you know, help that business off the ground or to sustain the business. And then life hit, and then sometimes I was living off of credit, you know, to be able to pay things, pay bills, buy groceries. You know, y'all know the story. Kids in college, I was just doing a lot of things. So I got to a point where I think my debt was maybe about $45,000, and my debt to income ratio was off. So therefore, I found myself saying, okay, how am I going to get out of this? So it was an uphill battle trying to, pay down this debt. I often have worked 2 jobs when I was young. I think I worked 2 jobs up until I was probably, let me think, I would say 45, 46. I worked 2 jobs. And that was a lot, guys. And rearing children, had 2 girls who went to college, and you had to navigate trying to get the things for them, getting them off to school, and it was just a lot. It was a lot. And not being able to be home, I felt a lot of guilt for that because I was always gone. It seemed like my life was just, in this mouse wheel where I was just running all the time. And so it just was a lot of things. So now that I'm at a point in my life where I see the necessity of making sure that I be able to live a life where I can handle the things that I need in my life and be comfortable. It's not about being rich, about being comfortable, guys. That's what it's about, being comfortable. And be able to enjoy some things that I like. I think sometimes people feel that in your life, you're not supposed to want to enjoy life. There's sun coming in, kissing my skin right now. That you're not supposed to want to enjoy life, but it's okay. I think our God put us here to be able to bask in the beauty and enjoy these fruits and these beautiful things that He put around us. So I think life is meant to enjoy, and sometimes, because of the lifestyle we choose, it can make things seem impossible. Now, there are a lot of people who are not in this situation who are on hard times because of totally different things. But this is my story. So once I made that decision, and then I started to research ways to get myself out of debt, and it came with a lot of sacrifices, guys. Had to make a lot of sacrifices. So even back then, my life was shifting into this lifestyle. And now I'm at a stage in my life where I'm like, I got to maintain this because life is hard right now. Even if you make good money, it can still be hard. And I have always had this mindset that it's really not about how much money I make as long as I can maintain. But as time has gone on, you got to be able to make the income to be able to sustain yourself, because anyone out here working and they're making minimum wage, whatever state you live in, whatever your state deems as minimum wage, it's not going to sustain you, and all the things that come with just the basics of living, whether it's, paying your rent, your mortgage, insurances, cars, rearing children, buying groceries, miscellaneous things that you need for your home, maintaining at home, all the things. So we know that minimum wage can't do that. So it's important that you understand that we're living in a time now where if you are in that crunch, if you're not a 6-figure income maker, then it comes with, balancing your life. So that's why I have chosen this route, because I want to retire. I have worked well past 40 years, and I want to retire and be able to do some of the things that I feel that falls within my purpose for being here. And when you're having to, work and punch a clock, be on somebody else's time, somebody else's schedule, whatever, that oftentimes you're not able to do those things that you really want to do because your time you just don't have enough time. A lot of you all know that I made a sacrifice, and I won't say a sacrifice. When I say that, it sounds so bad. But when I made the decision to return home to assist my siblings with the care of my mom in her situation, I gave up a lot of things. And even the transition coming back here was just mind-blowing. The things that I experienced coming here that I was not prepared for. And we won't go back into that because I did do a couple videos and I was very emotional about a lot of things that actually took place. But God always provides, and He sustained me and got me, up on my feet and able to do the things that I needed to do. But when you look back over your life, sometimes you feel like I'm constantly starting over. And I don't look at life that way anymore. I think we have been trained to believe that if you don't have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, then your life, it wasn't structured right. You didn't do the right things. And what are those things? You're supposed to have a certain kind of job. You're supposed to own a home, which I told you guys, you really never own your home. I digress. Own a home, have a certain type of, car, the spouse, all of that. And if you don't do it by that model that society says is the way life is supposed to be lived, then you're doing it all wrong. And I think for the most part, most people think that. The car that I have, and I'm not going to share who this person is. There's a friend of mine who has the same vehicle that I have. And they're actually ashamed of the vehicle. And I have a Kia Soul. Love my car. And it has been probably the best vehicle I've had in terms of maintenance, not breaking down on me. And I've had that car now 13 years. It has never broken down on me, guys. I have replaced the battery, if you want to call that breaking down, but that's just maintenance, I think. But as far as needing a motor, engine, all the things, axle or whatever, the things that happen with a lot of cars, this car has been good to me. I told my friends the other day, if I start having car problems now, I really can't be mad. I would be a little disappointed, but I can't be mad because this car has sustained me for 13 years with minimal maintenance. So my friend has the same vehicle and she's ashamed of it because she feels that people will look at that vehicle as I'm trying to think of the word that was used. It wasn't cheap. It was something along those lines that it was not a car that a person our age should be having at this stage of our lives. And I was like, I didn't know that there were vehicles that you had to have at a certain stage of life. Now, y'all, if that's the truth, then y'all tell me. I didn't know that. And I was like, wow. I said, I'm sorry you feel that way. But what has that vehicle done for you? Has it provided where you needed it to provide? What is the vehicle for? Now, I know we get into the aesthetics. We want these beautiful cars with the beautiful rims and the color and all the things, all the amenities and all of that. That's all great, fine and dandy. But the primary purpose of a vehicle is what? To get you from point A to point B. Has this vehicle done that? And she had to say yes. And I'm thinking, can you, at this stage of your life, maintain or manage or afford to go out and purchase something else just to appease what society feels you should have at this stage of your life to look like you've done well? And she does not. So why are we constantly comparing ourselves or trying to keep up? So having this vehicle and now going on 8 years of being paid off, you know how much money that has saved me? Not having to buy a new car and, pay that note and even do the insurance over because, once you buy a new vehicle, your insurance is going to be a lot higher again because you have a new vehicle. So it has saved me quite a bit of money. And I really don't have a problem with that. And today it's still doing what it needed to do for me. That's important. So that is one of the ways choosing this lifestyle has saved my life. And as I continue to pay off debt, I want to be debt free when I retire. And I've made the decision just recently, just looking at things, being realistic in my mind, because I was trying to do an early retirement, guys, which that would still be early because I think Retirement is 67. If this new administration don't raise it, it's 67. So I want to retire at 65. And I said that gives me a few years to get my house in order so that when I do retire, I can just sell on my life, because I will get a pension from my job. I have Social Security. And if you're not living above your means, those two things should be able to provide for you, especially if it's only you. And I think we say we need more than what we do. Now, if you have a lot of debt, I get it. Because I tell you, I feel that I make pretty decent money, but I still feel the pain of the inflation that's happening because of all of the things that's happening in the world right now. And, groceries and insurance and all of that, gas prices, maintaining your home, and landlords wanting to go up on the rent, and mortgage interest rates are through the roof. And it's a lot, guys. So when I talk about minimalism, I'm not telling people that this has to be your life. I'm sharing with people who are in the crunch of trying to figure out what to do here. If you're younger, you might have time. But for us that are, I would say even over 55, it ain't a lot of people looking at giving you jobs because they kind of think that you won't be able to handle it. Let me take a sip of coffee. Excuse me, guys. Let me tell you about something that happened to me when I was in Costa Rica. And I didn't share this, guys, with y'all. So we did some tours, right? And I wanted to do a tour where I go through the jungle, and it was an eco-nature tour. And we were on the farm, and I rode on the back of a truck through the jungle, and, you had to do a lot of walking and climbing up hills. I had my hiking boots, all of the stuff. The guy put us on the longest tour, which I think we had to be there at, what time was that? 10 o'clock. Was it 10? 9 or 10? No. Yeah, it was 9 or 10 o'clock. And he had us coming back to the resort at 5 o'clock. And so I was like, wow, this is a long tour. It must be a lot going on. So we took this tour, guys, and we were done by noon. So we were stuck over here because we had paid for transportation there. It was all inclusive with the package. So we had paid for it. And therefore, we didn't want to try to call an Uber or try to schedule another, ride, because we've already paid for it in this package. So we just had to find things to do. So we just did a lot more walking around. We did lunch. We went and overlooked, we watched people, zip lining and doing different things to pass this time. But that was 4 hours that we were had no itinerary, nothing to do but just kind of talk to people and just sit around. So when I got back, I was just like, that was a really long tour. And I was just like, and it doesn't last that long. So why are y'all scheduling it alone? You know what he said? He said he did that because he thought it would take us longer. Because we were over 60, he thought that we would not be able to handle all the walking and the things that was necessary. So he thought that giving us longer time to do it would be something that we would need. And I was offended. I said, excuse me, honey. I said, do I look like I have a problem walking, or that I would not be able to keep up, or you feel like you had to give me all this extra time? And he was really, really embarrassed at that point. Make a long story short, they ended up giving us about $100 back because he totally offended us. And, in America, that would not have been, but, was really nothing I could do. But because I told him I was a YouTuber and that I was going to do a review, his company decided to give us a discount, which, I felt duly needed because, you made a judgment based on my age. So that's what I'm saying. At this age, people tend to judge you and think that, you're not capable, and that's just unfair. So saying all that to say, in this world, where approaching this age, I need to be financially debt free in case I can't ever work or nobody would want to give me a job based on my age. It doesn't necessarily have to be how I appear, what I look like. If they think that I'm not capable based on how old I am. So this is saving my life so that when I retire, of course, I'm going to always do stuff. That's why I'm trying to structure this, get this business together. But I don't have to worry about how I'm going to eat. Can I afford the roof over my head? If my car breaks down, can I maintenance it? Or if I have to, God forbid, get a new car at some point maybe, unless I'm in some walkable city that I don't have to worry about a vehicle. So it's important that you look at your life and start putting those things in order. I was a spendaholic, guys. I shopped till I dropped. A lot of people think I still shop, and I don't. It's just because I have a lot of things, and I've given away a lot of things, and I have a lot of things still yet to give away. And if I ever start traveling internationally for extended periods of time, I'm going to have to give away a lot more stuff because I'm not traveling with all that stuff. I want to be light. And as I get older, my mindset has shifted to realize that I don't need those things to make my life good. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I just want to be free. I want to live in peace. I want to smile. I want to share my talents with people, encourage others to be better, motivate others to be the best they can be, to enjoy life, and for my single women at this stage of life, to help them to understand that although you may not have a partner, your life can still be great. That is my mission. That is why I'm here. So I thought I would share that with you all today. Minimalism is saving my life. Understanding that it's not about the things we own, and just enjoy the natural things that are already here. Learning how to be more savvy with, my finances, and curbing those appetites to, I want that. I love things. I love jewelry. I love shoes. You guys know I had over 200 pairs of shoes at one time, and I still need to downsize. And but I have learned that I can't wear but one pair of shoes at one time. It's not necessary to have 200 pairs. So these are my thoughts I wanted to share with you all. Hope it's encouraging. Woo, guys, for you, wherever you may be in your journey of living your life or being debt-free or navigating retirement, or maybe trying to start a life of minimalism, feeling pressured by the world to do something different. Hope this is helpful. So I thank you for watching. Don't forget to thumbs up the video. Subscribe if you haven't. Thank you for watching, and I hope you will return again real soon. And I'll see you in the next video.